Hello, welcome in. I am Katie. If this is your first time here, I'm your 12th house guide. I am an intuitive spiritual guide and astrologer. I deliver messages from the unseen realm and teach people how to use their own psychic gifts as a means of self-discovery. If you're interested in working with me one-on-one, you can email me, find out information below about all my socials, and you should be able to find a link tree on my Instagram. Please like and follow for more of my content. You can comment on the video. You can subscribe to my channel. Donations are always appreciated but never expected. So I am here today to give a collective message, timeless message. So if this message is finding you, however it's finding you, I am intending that it's meant for you. So, got some cards out on the table already. So, some general themes to start off with is it's pretty heavy. Earth energy with the pentacles, the suit of pentacles. There are 3 major arcana that flew out, so definitely a strong message. 9 cards came out. Typically I like to pull 6 or 8, but here we go. So there's a lot of insecurity in this situation with the 5 of Pentacles and the Queen of Wands reversed. These talk about insecurity, poverty. This is Queen of Wands energy reversed. So like an Aries woman, just too much fire, passion, feeling disconnected, here with the 4 of Cups, apathetic. So I don't know that this necessarily, I wouldn't say this is right off the bat a connection or a love connection. Sorry, throat chakra. But maybe it is. The next card that came out was the Hierophant reversed. So that's going to be like a lack of movement. There's also this like stuck energy with the Hangman in reverse. So it's like not gaining a new perspective. And I'm almost getting that like, it's like you're maybe apathetic or disconnected from this feeling of insecurity. And I don't know if that's like you're numb to it, or you've been able to just sort of like compartmentalize it. But yeah, it's causing you to feel stuck. And there was a missed opportunity, a missed chance. So this Ace of Pentacles in reverse. There is a message of like an ambitious new offer. So I've had this a couple days now where Ace of Pentacles has been coming out next to the Page of Pentacles, which is so interesting because pages bring messages, aces deliver offers of their suit. So a pentacle is a tangible offer of something. But there's also this energy of like that you have this ability to maybe transmute the energy of this insecurity into a new offer for yourself. But it's like, beware of that, using your powers of transmutation I don't want to say for evil or for bad, but, you know, be wary of that kind of deceptive energy that can come about with that energy of the Magician being reversed. Now, the other card that came out was the Eight of Cups reversed, which cups are about emotions and feelings, typically like water energy, but this card signifies walking away in the upright. So I would say, again, there's so much stuck energy here is what it feels like. And there's maybe some like, and maybe it's self-deception, you know, that's kind of what I'm hearing. Bottom of the deck, which is what you can't see, was the Nine of Pentacles. That's usually what's happening behind the scenes. That is like someone enjoying the fruits of their labor. So let's see here. What's with this stuck energy, Spirit? What is with all this stuck energy? Oh, definitely got an itch on my left side right there. Okay, we got a card. Oh my God. You can't make this up. Spirit has a sense of humor. Three of Wands. So this talks about moving on. Like she has all this shit behind her that she's endured. And it's like, I'm going to move on. I'm going to like put that stuff behind me. But it's reversed. I'm sorry. She's not moving on. It's ironic. It's not funny. It's just ironic. Okay, Spirit. Your restless mental energy might be tripping you up. And that was at the bottom of the deck. You might not be seeing that. That was Page of Swords. Deliverer of mental agility. Okay, what else with this moving on? Moving on meaning being stuck. Eight of Swords. Oh my gosh. So this is like, I call this the victim card. It's like, I'm in a cage. It hurts. I'm in anguish. My hands are tied. I can't see anything. It's not my fault. You're might be in a state of victimhood around this situation, feeling like it's not your fault. We all know that saying, though. It is your responsibility. And what's in the bottom of the deck is boundaries, standing up for yourself. Seven of Wands. Trauma, victimized, boundaries. Again, it's hard to make this stuff up. So how do we move out of this energy, Spirit? Like, we get that we're stuck. That is apparent. Woo. Just got a very sharp thing in my toe. Sensation. Oh boy. Oh boy. Okay, we got 4 cards. More heartache. 3 of Swords, upright. King of Swords reversed. It's kind of like narcissist energy. But narcissist comes from trauma and neglect, so it would make sense. Page of Cups reversed. This talks about upright, being in your intuition, like listening to that inner guidance. But this is like you're having trouble accessing that. And our Four of Wands reunion card reversed. So this would be like in separation. So the question was, how do we get out of this kind of stuckness, right? And I think the message here is acknowledge that you're heartbroken. Acknowledge the heartache. Like, it hurts because it meant something. Acknowledge where you might be having narcissistic, codependent behaviors, maybe. And identify where you're being in separation from your intuition, from your inner guide. So we all have access to that, and we all have, you know, our intuition, which is connected to our higher self, all the time. It's just listening to that and deciphering it from the inner critic, the inner saboteur, the dark passenger. Mine's called Becky. Sometimes it's hard to differentiate, but you know, any thought coming from fear is going to be ego-based, and that's a really easy way to begin to identify that. So I really think that the theme here is, you know, moving on from this insecurity, but like you may just need to acknowledge how stuck you are, or maybe the energy that you're feeling in is very stuck, and it's causing you to be this kind of like manipulative energy, but it's like, it's not my fault. Same, been there, am here. I do these readings and they will resonate for you, but they're also a reflection of me, and the people that are in my collective need to hear whatever the message is. So I think let's move on for some advice from the angel deck now that we have a pretty clear sense of what this message is. Angels of light, what's the advice for the person watching this video? We got a jumper. Surrender and release. The color green might also mean something to you. There's a couple green card. It's standing out. Green heart chakra color. So yeah. What's on the bottom of the deck that you can't see is that there's a celebration. So perhaps when you do this surrender and release of this situation, you will begin to see a future heading towards you that's more in alignment. Oh, we didn't even ask the question, but we have two cards from the Moonology deck. A win-win outcome is in your forecast. Full moon in Libra. It's all about relationships. A time for healing, balsamic moon. So I do sense a lot of like bottom of the deck. Don't let pride get in your way. What I was saying is I sense a lot of wounded energy here, and I'm not totally picking up on if it's, you know, feminine or masculine, but sometimes that can come through. But it definitely feels like there's a wounded, traumatized element here, and we're dealing with somebody that when you experience trauma, it is not your fault at all whatsoever. You did nothing to deserve it. And many times trauma is unintentional. Many times it's passed down from generations. Sometimes our parents knowingly give it to us, other times they don't. But you know, what our grandparents went through affected our parents, affect us. What we're living through right now has greatly had an impact on our cellular structure, and it will have an impact on generations to come. So, you know, I have my own history with trauma, and it's a very long, winding journey of healing, and you never really feel like you get to a destination point, but it is important to acknowledge what happened to you, especially if it's taken you a long time to find the words. Or to even know that what happened to you was trauma, and that what's happening in your body is a normal response to that. But whether it's you didn't know you were traumatized at all, or you know you have been your whole life and you just hold on to that label, and it's not your fault, and people should be held accountable for how they treat other people. However, sometimes you don't get an apology, sometimes you don't get validation. You have to be able to make peace with it yourself and move on so that you can actually live, and release and surrender. Because that stuck energy just stays stuck in your body. And you become more and more disconnected until you don't want to feel. And then you go to all these coping mechanisms so that you don't have to feel what's going on in your body. And it truly is like whatever has happened to you that's caused you to have trauma and feel like this isn't your fault, but it's this huge burden and heartache, is accepting responsibility that the rest of your life can be different, and all you have to do is make that choice. And I'm not saying it's as easy as making a choice. We all live in systems of oppression that causes trauma every single day, but we can choose where we direct our energy, what energy we're allowing into our field, and where our boundaries are with people that we're in relationship with. So, didn't mean to turn it into a tarot therapy session, but sometimes that happens. And just as a disclaimer, I am not a medical expert whatsoever. I am only a very severely traumatized person from childhood and some in my adulthood. There's the dog barking. Sorry about that. And I only have experience as a patient in mental health settings, and I do not claim that this is medical advice at all. I'm only sharing from my own experience and my own trauma journey. Part of my inspiration for creating the 12th House Guide was to be able to use these tools of like tarot, astrology, mindfulness. I have a really long history as a yoga practitioner. And so it's like, how do we use all these tools to be able to work on our own healing journey, and also use it for like as self-discovery while we go through those dark nights of the soul. You know, the 12th house in astrology is very associated with the subconscious, dreams, the kind of abstract realm, but it's all about like addictions and codependencies and the shadow. And it's really kind of people look at it as like a scary house. So it really is my mission to be able to help people who are on that journey of trying to figure out a way through the darkness. So I hope the reading was helpful and it resonated. If it did, I would love for you to comment, let me know, like and subscribe. Like I said, you can find out all my info down below in the comments. For socials, you can donate also down there. And if you would like to work with me one-on-one, either tarot, astrology, or in any spiritual coaching, just shoot me an email. I hope you stay well. Bye, y'all.